blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air.
Hey, it's Beth here, episode 600. Wow, that's a large number. Okay, I'm just getting this in the nick of time because I've been going to the movies and I have noticed, even before the troops have landed, that most of the movies for kids are being paid for by GrandDad or Grandma, mostly GrandDad. And then when they order food and everybody has a great time, the bill comes to GrandDad. So, I'm going to give you parental advice as far as these movies go. Mufasa is horrible. Boring. The kids are going to be bored. They want to see it anyway. They're hoping that it's going to have some magic like in 1994. It does not. It's also the story about adoptive brothers, which I'm very sensitive about because my sons were adopted. So, this little Mufasa leaves his family because of a flood and lands in this area where he's found by this little tiny boy, boy cub. Boy cub brings him back to the pride. The mother wants to take care of him. The father says no, because he will betray you. Now, what's really upsetting about this movie is that is what happens. That's exactly what happens. And the story's all mixed up. The animation is not beautiful. The colors are flat. There is no thumper. They do not have fun. They don't, try to catch a butterfly together. This little girl cub shows up, in the nick of time. They fight our boy, who is the cub of the pride, who is going to be a king. The young prince, Tonka, falls in love with the girl cub, So Mufasa knows this very well. He actually even tells the girl cub that Tonka saved her when she almost died and when it was really Mufasa. He understands completely how Tonka feels about this girl. The girl and Mufasa betray Tonka. They get together behind his back, and then when they're in front of his back afterwards, they don't tell him about it. He gets upset. But that is never dealt with. His reaction to what happened is the crime of the century, not the betrayal by these two. And there's this other little part where this guy named Tucker, he's in the story, he says to Mufasa, "Don't you know the name Mufasa means king?" And I looked it up, and the name Tucker in Swahili means garbage. This movie is garbage. And so Scar, who loses his name of Tonka, gets to be in the pride that the betraying brother, Mufasa, sets up with his bride, who happens to be Tonka's old girlfriend, and he is banished forever. And I'm thinking, you know what? Did you two ever think about telling him the truth? Being honest and upfront, not having him catch you in the act and then hide that he caught you in the act? I mean, this is like Wicked. Just have it be simple. Their minds are simple. They're 7 years old. They can't handle cheating and betrayal. And it's used as such a subplot that it's supposed to go away. And it's not supposed to leave a mark. And Mufasa did nothing wrong. He's the king. He's fabulous. So is his wife. And so is Beyonce's daughter, who does the voiceover of the little girl. They're all amazing and perfect. They cheated on Tonka. Come on. Admit it. Say you're sorry. You never do. Bad movie. Your kids are going to want to see it anyway. Is it worth the money? It's worth the fact that they think they have to see it. You're not going to like it. It's boring. I was with Killian. He was playing with his seat, the Barca Lounger seat, up and down, up and down. I let him order food. I couldn't stand it. People were on their cell phones. Children were screaming. They were going to the bathroom. No one laughed, not once. What is the matter? Go back to the old Disney classics. Make the cubs adorable. Make them play. There's a tiny little bit of roughhousing, but it doesn't mean anything. They don't meet other little animals. It's just so, oh. There's no complex, adorable characters. We don't see anybody do anything. Forget it. It's not memorable. It's not going to hold up, and it's not even doing great at the box office, which is amazing. Then there was the War of the Rahoum, or whatever review. This is a Lord of the Rings. Rahoum, that's how they pronounce it. Okay. It's called adult animation. Very popular in the East. Adult animation? What is going on? Would you people just grow up? It's called Arrested Development. Get out of animation. Let the kids have some movies. Took Killian to see this one. Bored out of his mind. More so. I mean, and this wasn't even crowded. This one isn't making any money. Forget it. Do not take your kids. I don't care how bored you are. I don't care how much snow or bad weather there is. This one isn't going to make anybody happy. It's paint by numbers. It's the story about, oh my gosh, and it's a little bit politically correct, which is also in Mufasa. The bad lions are white-furred with blue eyes. I mean, give me a break. Every other animal is perfectly wrought from what is in nature. And you're just going to pull this on me? Give me a break. Well, in this one, we have a character who's been lost to history because she's a female character, okay? She's a tiny-boned, brave woman who the story's been forgotten. She is so tiny. She doesn't really have any charm. She doesn't really have any thing in her head. And it's just bad men controlling history. And so that's what this story is about. So the other one is about, white-furred lions with blue eyes who want to eradicate everything. And the word is bye-bye. They eat everything. They say bye-bye. They're trying to kill all the other Mufasa and his gang, right? Okay, in this one, we have a bird-boned, tiny, frail creature of a girl. I mean, this is not Wonder Woman. And she saved everything and everybody. And the story's lost to history. And the story's not very good. Okay, that is too boring. Mufasa is less boring, okay? So I'll rate these. Sonic, the Hedgehog, Keanu Reeves plays in it. Jim Carrey said, I'll never come back to Hollywood unless the script is gold-plated. So they gave him the script, and it was gold-plated on the paper, okay? So he's in it. So they're all in it. Is it enjoyable? It's got some laughs. It's got some character. It's a cartoon. It's a Saturday morning cartoon. Will your grandchildren enjoy it? Yeah. Is it worth the money? No. Especially if you're ordering food during the movie. But it'll be less food because they'll be less bored. Okay, so I'll rate them. Sonic first. Hold your nose while you're buying those expensive tickets. Mufasa second, only because they need to see it, because they think they need to see it. And forget the Lord of the Rings. Just forget it. There is nothing beautiful this Christmas season. There is nothing where it's a movie of wonder. And this adult animation? Actually, I think adults were entertained with movies that had adorable characters. And it was hand-painted. Very elaborate colors. Very good storylines. Very heart-wrenching, heart-saving morals. Just nothing in any of these movies. So, I wish you could save your money, but I bet they're going to want to go to the movies. And I don't know if you have to do it, do Mufasa, because that's the one they're going to say they needed to see. Just pick your favorite Menendez brother, okay? I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I was so disappointed. I can't imagine. And the guy who did Mufasa, he did Moonlight. And he's on TV reviewing the movie, talking about the movie, trying to talk it up and saying he was overwhelmed by all the bureaucracy. Okay? That doesn't help me. That doesn't help me. You had a chance to create a beautiful story. You had a chance to show us the wonder of the savannah, of Africa, of the songbirds and how they sing. You had a chance to show us the beauty, and you showed none of it. That's on you, buddy. So you probably have to go see it. I hope I've lowered the bar so much that you'll like something about it. I went in thinking it was going to be wonderful because I never look at reviews before I go in. So I was crushed. I hope I have burst your bubble and you walk in ready to take it on the chin. That's all I've got. I'm really disappointed. Trying to stay sane. Gonna look at old movies. Gonna go back to the drawing board. Gonna go back to The Christmas Story and watch it 5 times. And The Miracle on 34th Street. And that's not even my generation. People think, oh, you're just going back to your time. I'm like, no, that was the 30s. I wasn't even remotely here yet. Wasn't even thought of. Wasn't even my grandparents were here. So quit bugging me and make some good movies. I will be back. Thanks.
They fly